Guys, welcome to Lions Den Investments and Reviews. And in today's video, I wanted to cover some investments, options that you might have as an investor, and especially right now during this whole pandemic that we're going through. Uh, a lot of people are very uncertain of like investments in equities and with treasury bonds and stuff like that. So people are looking for better returns than what they would essentially, investing in bonds. You got the Federal Reserve Bank, which is controlling interest rates, and right now we're at pretty much like 0% as far as interest rates are concerned. So it's like basically where do you go to get a higher return? And that's what people are looking for, especially right now. Now, one of the markets I want to talk about is the cryptocurrency market, okay? And I've got the market cap up right now. And I just want to touch on it real quick because a lot of people are starting to wake up to blockchain technology. And essentially what cryptocurrencies are a blockchain. Okay, a lot of them run on a distributed ledger network. Distributed meaning that it's not centralized. So think of it like this: when you work for a company, a lot of times your company's networks are centralized through like a data center. Okay, um, blockchain is completely different in that network that you're talking about is completely distributed and decentralized. So there's no one central location or control point for that network. This makes it a lot safer when it comes to the security protocols that are put in place. So it's tougher for hackers to get into this kind of stuff. Now it doesn't mean that blockchain is 100% hacker proof, because it depends on some of these projects that you get involved with. Some of them are centralized projects, and then there's a majority of them that are decentralized projects. So I just wanted to introduce you to that whole concept here because it presents some pretty good investment opportunities. And if you want to know more about cryptocurrency, say like Bitcoin, stuff like that, you can go out to my website, www.liondenproducts.com. Okay, I'll take you there real quick, and I'll just show you somewhere you can go. And so, if you go to my website here, go to cryptos. I've got articles on blockchain technology and the future of money. There's a video in there by Mike Maloney. He does a great job explaining the underlying asset, being blockchain for Bitcoin. I show you how to kind of get, cryptocurrencies on cold storage devices. That's another thing I want to let you know about with blockchain. So, in the traditional sense, when you're investing in like equities, you go through a broker account, right? When you buy a stock like AT&T or Johnson and Johnson or somebody like that, right? You're going to buy the stocks, but they're housed on a broker account, so you cannot. Essentially, you do not own your stocks because you can't pull those stocks off the broker account and hold them in your physical possession. Um, with blockchain, it's a little bit different because you can take your cryptos, you buy them on an exchange, and you can take them off the exchange and store them in a cold storage device so that you actually physically own your crypto tokens or coins that you purchase. So you actually own the underlying asset, which is huge when it comes to investing. Um, that's one thing I'm really big on when it comes to investments, is especially in times like right now, where back in March we went through a financial crisis with the stock market. If you didn't own like the assets that you have, you really didn't have a whole lot of control. So I always tell people when it comes to investing, uh, just a wise piece of advice is to own some tangible assets, real estate, gold, silver, and you can throw cryptos in that bucket as well. But I just want to introduce you to it, guys. Go ahead and again go to this website LionDenProducts.com. I've got, you know, 4 or 5 different articles here on cryptos. I show you basically what it, you know, how it works. I explain it to you, and you can watch Mike Maloney's video on there where he, you know, basically does a deep dive on Bitcoin, because at the time when he made the video, uh, he he actually was having a hard time understanding it, so he decided to make his own video and break it down for everybody. Um, so the video is right here. All you do is just click on that video, watch it, and he'll break it down for you. I think it's about a half an hour, 45 minutes long, something like that. Um, but that's cryptos for you. Right now, I'm heavily invested in blockchain, and all my investments right now, I've moved from stock market. I got out of the stock market before it collapsed back in March because I saw it coming. So I moved basically all my assets out of U.S. equities and the stock market, and moved them over into other places where I have more control. I own my own assets, and I can hedge and protect that way against anything that's coming up here, closer to like election time when it comes to the stock market. Because right now there's too much uncertainty in the stock market. Again, we bounced back up. If you look at the Dow Jones, we bounced back into like the 26,000 mark. So if I go over here and we look at this is a chart that I use to look at different assets, but this is the Dow Jones right here, and I'll take it back to the weekly real quick. So I drew this blue line here showing you what was going to happen. I drew this line back in April, just kind of showing the movement of what I was expecting on the Dow Jones. So I started this blue line back here when we went into the collapse, which would have been in February, late February, all the way into mid-March. I drew this line out because I knew that we were going to come back up. Here's the weekly support right down here. We fell all the way through it, and then we bounced up. So basically, if you look at the chart right now, we went way above where I expected it to go, which tells me that things are back to extreme overvaluations. And when that happens, you know, again, there's a lot of uncertainty. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if it's going to continue to go up. But I can tell you, more than likely, it's going to be coming down here soon, especially with the elections coming around. And again, you want to own your own assets and hedge against that next big drop. Because what you're seeing here basically is what I'd call a dead cat bounce. It's when you fall like that, and you get an injection of capital into the markets from the central banks, which pushes all this up, and you get into these overvalued areas on like an overall index, and it's not sustainable, is what I'm trying to say. So expect it to come back down. I don't know when. I don't have a crystal ball, but if I had to guess, I'd probably say sometime in like October, going into November with the elections, you're going to see the market start to turn over. Uh, and in that situation, as an investor, you want to be protected. You want to be, honestly, you want to be out of equities. Uh, that would be my recommendation. But again, this isn't financial advice. You do your own research on this kind of stuff. Um, look into it. Uh, with that though, that's pretty much all I have for today on why you'd want to look at cryptos or blockchain as an investment. Stay tuned. You can also hit the subscribe button below, because I'm going to be putting out some more content here in the weeks to come. I've got a couple lined up right now talking about like more of the security protocol with blockchain and why that kind of ties into other stuff that you might you might have heard of in the past couple weeks making headlines, like with hackers and ransomware. So stay tuned to that, because I'll explain and go into in more detail, why blockchain helps benefit against, hackers and some of this different software that they're using to, basically get inside the networks of some of these centralized corporations. So again, hit the subscribe button. Stay tuned, and thanks again, guys, for listening. And I will talk to you later. Have a good day.